Morning, guys. We hope you're enjoying your cup of caffeine. About to be Caffeine with Pedano. I'm Daniel Blaylock, President, North American Field Sales. I'm here with Randy McCreary, Recruiting and North American Field Sales Specialist. And we want you to have a big Seller Kirby Day. It's right around the corner. We hope you're having a good push month. This month is important. This will be the month that some of you have to look back on where you knew that you had what it took to be successful in Kirby. So hopefully you were going all out, making it a good month. And with that, Randy?
I can tell you that the one thing that we're really talking about right now is that you're just a few days away from Seller Kirby Day on the 13th. And the most important thing right now is, are you bringing Kirby Life people in to supplement that income? Get this Kirby mug. Just bring someone into training. They graduate training. Whether they sell a Kirby or not, we're going to give you the mug. But when they sell that Kirby, you get the $100 and that opportunity to win that free Kirby. And with Seller Kirby Day right around the bend, this is a great opportunity to share that time with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. And don't forget, like you said, the $100 on the icebreaker, right. The free Kirby on the 6 cell. But also remember, you get a gold K pin when they get their 12 cell, when they get their silver K. So there's many reasons, many advantages to those that bring in personal recruits. You get to open up your office with them. You get the free Kirby's. You get the pins. So be aggressive with the personal recruiting. And at this time, we'll turn it over to National Sales Manager, Mr. John Pedano.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Again, let's be safe, wear our mask, practice social distancing, wash our hands. I'm alone right now, so I'm going to take this mask off. And I want to talk, it's March 9th. I hope your push month got off to a great start. And don't forget, Seller Kirby Day is coming up this Saturday, March 13th. I'll give you a little tip for Seller Kirby Day. Every dealer set up at least one demo of your own. So in an office with 20, 30 dealers, imagine starting Seller Kirby Day on Saturday with 20 or 30 presentations already lined up. That's going to give you a big boost our sales, so we have the greatest Seller Kirby Day ever. But I want to cover today is I want to talk about sales clinchers, because a sales clincher is a reason for that customer to buy the Kirby today. The more reasons we give them to buy the Kirby today during the demo, the easier it is for them to make the big decision at the end to go ahead and get the Kirby. But there are some rules to sales clinchers. The first rule is it has to end in a question. Because whenever you ask people questions, they have to do two things. The first thing they have to do is think. The second thing they have to do is answer. See, if your customer is always telling you at the end they want to think about it, it's because you're not asking them enough questions during the presentations or the right questions. And again, the right questions are going to be those sales clinchers. So for example, let's take the easiest sales clincher there is. John and Mary, this dirt isn't your fault, plain and simple, it's your vacuum cleaner's fault. Now see, if I don't tie that down as a question, it's just a statement that I'm making, right? See, if I say it, the customer doubts it. If they say it, now it's true. How do we get them to say it? By asking questions. So the same sales clincher done right is going to sound like this. Hey, John and Mary, again, I want to remind you this dirt isn't your fault. Plain and simple, it's your vacuum cleaner's fault, isn't it? Now keep in mind, because of my contest, if you do see something, we're going to do something special for you today. So the first rule is that sales clincher has to end in a question. Learn to use tie downs. Isn't it? Couldn't it? Wouldn't it? Shouldn't it? That's easy to push, isn't it? Boy, that smells nice. Don't you agree? Because every time you do that, it gets a response from the customer. And even if they don't answer out loud, they're going to nod their head in agreement. That means the sale's going in the right direction. So number two, give them the answer. See, how do you feel when someone asks you a question you don't know the answer to? We really don't feel very good, do we? Makes us feel kind of dumb, right? Look, I don't want my customer feeling anything but great during that presentation, so I want to make sure that they know the right thing to say. So I give them the answer. So what does that mean? If I want them to say yes, I'm going to smile and nod my head like this. If I want them to say no, I'm going to smile and shake my head like this. Gosh, John and Mary, you had no idea this dirt was in your home today before I got here, did you? Of course not, because had you known about it, you'd have definitely done something about it a long time ago, right or wrong. Now, Now, so make sure, and look, it's definitely something that you have to do on purpose at first, but eventually it's going to become a habit. And you learn as a habit to answer all your own questions. Give you a little side tip here. The difference between people that have the things that you want and people that are broke are their habits, right? People that succeed in life form habits that help them to succeed. If you have a habit of being early, if you have a habit of being organized, if you have a habit of cleaning up after yourself, those are habits that are going to help you in life. We won't talk about the bad habits because we all know what those are, right? But those bad habits act as the opposite and will hold you back. So this is a habit, answering your own questions, that's going to serve you in the long run, right? And you use it all presentation long. The third thing we want to do when we use a sales clincher is have a dirt pad in our hand. So look at, what does that mean? Let me just fill one up here. Now, you don't have to be thick and juicy. You could just have a little bit of dirt on there, but if I take this dirt pad and I bring it over to my customer and I hold it like this, and now I ask them a sales clincher, it's going to be awfully hard for them to give me the wrong answer, right or wrong. So if I say something like one of the sales clinchers, gosh, John and Mary, we call our carpet the playground of America's children, don't we? And I know that you want to keep your playground as clean as possible, right or wrong. See, and again, when we start building our display of dirt, we want to do it from the customer where they're sitting and build it outward. I've walked into a lot of presentations when new dealers are doing demos, and I've walked in and the customer is sitting on the couch, but all the dirt's way over here. When we build our display of dirt, if the customer's on the couch, the first dirt pads go in front of them and we build it out around them, right? Look at, why do people buy vacuums? To get rid of the dirt. The more dirt you pull, the better the presentation's going, the easier it's going to be at the back end. So rule number 3, have a dirt pad in your hand. And the last, rule number 4 on a sales clincher, is a reason for them to get the Kirby now or today, right? And that's your contest. And again, we talked about it on the first day, that contests, make sure that they're real, make sure that you use ones that are active, going on, right? And make sure that you don't ever tell anybody you need one more sale, because even when you only need one more sale, it just doesn't sound true, right? But it's always true that you need another sale to qualify your contest, right? So I'm going to use that example if we have a trip up to Lake of the Ozarks, right? Where the Ozarks, where are they again? In the mountains, right? But anyways, so this is exactly how my sales clincher would look and sound in a home. Oh my Lord, John and Mary, again, this is what the Kirby's all about. This is what it's been all about for the last 107 years, is we are the ones that get the dirt out. Folks, again, I want to remind you, this dirt isn't your fault. Plain and simple, it's your vacuum cleaner's fault, isn't it? And let's face it, good housekeeping, like every other occupation, demands good tools, doesn't it? Hey, folks, just keep in mind, if you do see something you like, need, or want, and good Lord, it's starting to look like you might need one of these, I am definitely going to do something special for you today. Fair enough? Holy smokes. Nothing here, nothing there. I haven't rolled up my sleeves yet. Voila, presto. And look at the 99 sales clinchers are on the independent dealer app, right? And maybe when you're scrolling, you might read all 99, but I promise you, you're not going to learn any if you read all 99. So here's what you need to do. You need to get your hands on that independent dealer app, the 99 sales clinchers, or get your hands on a sales clincher book. Either one is good. And then when I learned these sales clinchers, I would simply make myself a little cheat sheet. And I put the keyword to that sales clincher on that cheat sheet, because what should you be saying while you're vacuuming? Probably nothing, because it's hard for them to hear you over the sound of the vacuum, yes? But so while you're vacuuming is when you should be thinking of what you're going to say when you turn the machine off. And look it, if you have a sales clincher that said fault, this dirt's not your fault, it's your vacuum's fault, you would know that sales clincher. If you had a cheat sheet that said children's playground, you already heard that one. if you had a cheat sheet and on there it said good housekeeping, and you pick out 5 or 6 as a new dealer and you use those 5 or 6 in every demo you do this week, hell, by the end of the week, guess what? You won't need the cheat sheet. You'll have them memorized. And then guess what you could do? Put 5 more on here. Doesn't sound like much, but in 8 weeks, you would know 40 reasons why someone should get a Kirby today. Do you think if you knew 40 reasons why someone should buy the Kirby from you today, your odds of selling them would be greatly increased? Now look it. Can we make you learn the sales clinchers? No. However, we can give you the information. At some point in time, it's up to you to what? Learn it. And the only way you learn a sales clincher is by using it in a house, right? Because, you know, and everyone, the old timers will get a chuckle, but were you ever in a meeting room and the distributor asked the dealer, hey, give me some sales clinchers, and the dealer said this, you know what? I just can't do it in front of everybody, but when I'm in a house, they come out. Well, that's not true. Our president, Daniel Blaylock, look at it. If you've got it memorized, can you say your ABCs? I'll bet you could say your ABCs and sing the song in front of a crowd of 1,000 people, because why? You got to memorize. You know it by heart, right? The only way you don't rattle off sales clinchers in a meeting room is because you really don't know them by heart. So, get a cheat sheet, get the 99 sales clinchers. Let's look them up today, because guess what's going to happen? When you use sales clinchers, the main thing that happens, you sell Kirby's. When you sell Kirby's, guess what else happens? You make money. And when you make money, the beautiful thing is you can stay in Kirby and learn more. Look at it. If you're new, your presentation's only going to get better. It's only going to improve. Imagine when you're taking the Kirby out of the box for the 60th time, the 100th time, the 200th time. That presentation's going to be silky smooth. And if you've added sales clinchers to it, you're going to become a 1 out of 2, a 1 out of 3 closer, and a true Kirby professional, and you'll have a lot of confidence when you take that next step and move up in your promotion. Hey, before I forget, I just want to make sure that we disinfect a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead, and John and Mary, I've disinfected this chair 3 times. I did the couch 2 weeks ago. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to disinfect your carpet or your rug. So I'm just going to go ahead. I've got my BioEsk already loaded up in here. Again, the great thing about it, it's one of the few that's EPA approved. It's safe for pets, plants, children. You can use it around food surfaces. It's one of the few that can be used on soft surfaces and on hard surfaces. And remember, when you use it on a hard surface, let it set for 4 minutes. That gives it a chance to kill everything it's going to kill before you wipe it off. So to give you an idea, don't forget, a little bit goes a long way. I'm just going to get this pattern here very quickly. The beautiful thing is, in a minute, the coronavirus will be dead and gone. In 4 minutes, a bunch of other viruses, a bunch of bacteria, mold, etc. It kills it all. Hey, look it. Don't forget Sell a Kirby Day. Let's have a huge day this Saturday. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Let's turn it back to Dan and Randy.
What another fantastic episode with John Pedano, teaching one of the most basic fundamental skills of a new dealer or senior dealer to have in the home, using sales clinchers at the appropriate time. You know, Dan, vacuum with inefficient vacuums, like walking in circles. When you're done, you really haven't accomplished anything, and that's got to be a sad feeling. Wouldn't you agree?
That's pretty close, but using an inefficient vacuum that leaves the dirt behind, it really is an insult to our intelligence, isn't it?
I would agree. And those are the things you learn to pick up from John, which is very positive.
I thought you were going to give us another one.
Your pet or mine, Dan?
Mine.
Okay, welcome to the Kirby family.
Are you making them up? Look, here the important thing is, if you ask enough sales clinchers, the customers think about what you want them to think about, which is buying the Kirby. Why is that important? Because when you sell enough Kirby's and you make the right amount of money, it's easy to Kirby Life recruit. Right, Randy?
Absolutely. And Kirby Life recruits come in because they see the paycheck, and it's easy to sit there and show someone a paycheck and just say, follow me, I'm going to show you how to do this. And that's how Kirby Life begins.
And I think that's how your son came into the business, am I right?
Absolutely. He saw the lifestyle that Kirby offered, and he wanted to follow that same thing.
Right.
He's doing a great job so far.
Look, I recruited my dad into the Kirby business. Randy recruited his son into the business. This is a business where you see family members bringing in their brothers, their sisters, their fathers, and their mothers because it's a good business. Right now, there's plenty of people out there looking for the opportunity. Share it with them. Give us a call, shoot us an email through your divisional supervisor, and we will get you a Kirby Life coffee mug.
We've seen a lot of them posted on Facebook when you get them, so make sure you keep posting them and keep sharing that opportunity with everybody.
Yeah, you don't want to be the one guy that doesn't have a Kirby Life coffee mug.
That would not be good.
No.
So with that, till next week, next episode with Caffeine with Pedano.